Hello everyone, this is Bundy from Mining Minecraft. Welcome to InfiniteLabs server. I'm here with Pumpkin Cat. Say hello to your subs.
Hello.
Oh, that's awesome. Hello.
Yeah.
So, uh, Pumpkin Cat and I are teaming up again. Last time was for the gold farm, but this time we're taking on something a little bit more ambitious. We're going to build a decent size medieval village down in over yonder. Why don't you show them along here? Pumpkin Cat did this awesome roadway taking us there, and this lake to our left was not here before. So, uh, you know, let them know what's up.
So I built this road. It goes from basically the new spawn portal all the way to our new area over here.
Hmm.
And it runs right into our new area, which we're going to get to. And then to the left here, this was just a valley, and Bundy had the great idea to fill it in with water and make it look a lot better,
Yeah, it looks
which looks
incredible.
really
It looks
good.
like it was meant to be here. But hey, lakes like this are usually done in creative. So filling this all in bucket by bucket, I didn't know how I was going to do it, and you managed to do that. I
Hmm.
don't know. I don't know how long it took you, but how many buckets do you think you laid?
Well, if you place a lot of around the edges of it, and you have all of the make sure it's contained and it's not gonna or you just have that whole layer encircled,
Yeah,
it'll autofill a lot of the middle, but you still have to go around the edge and place every single bucket.
I got you. So it just once you get it going, it just kind of overlaps and just
Mm-hmm.
continues. No, that looks
Oh,
that looks spectacular. Oh, poor Cesium.
he was standing at the top of a cliff, so all this stuff's probably scattered
Hey, what
too.
do you think? Do you like this here? You like this cow?
Yeah.
So heading down here then. The idea was coming out of the valley. The our spawn portal's just over the hill over there, and heading down here. There was a kind of a natural kind of opening between these two rocks, which, well, as you can see, is the entrance way to the village itself. We just spent the last little bit building the two towers, kind of figuring out where they were going to be laid out, and I think if you were going to take on this village here in war, this is a pretty formidable looking entranceway here.
Yeah, plus we're gonna have two doors, or maybe like just a big gate that is underneath this that you could close in a time of like siege.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Well, yeah, it wouldn't be too much of a fortress if we just left this wide open here.
Yeah.
We'll just pour some lava down, lava off the top. So coming through here, as you can see, up to the right, there's a continuation of a castle up top there, and Pumpkin's working on that over at the same time. And we took kind of a break away from our two side projects. Pumpkin working on the castle. And then I'm working on the cathedral over here. Figuring that most villages typically in the old days stemmed around having some sort of religion, center to it. So hopefully we can continue. I'll continue on that over the next little while, and Pumpkin's going to work on getting the castle going. We'll kind of do our own little segments on our own, I guess, contributions here, but we're going to pitch in back and forth because I think any one of these could be pretty overwhelming for
Hmm.
just one person. So that was one of the big things about teaming up is that to take on a big thing like this by yourself, it would be like a couple seasons in itself just to try and put it together, or you just have to, you'd be missing a whole bunch of parts to it. So the hope would be is to fill this whole area in here with houses and have a kind of a little bit of a center market square right in here where around this tree, which was one of the original few that we've left here. And I'm probably going to be blowing stuff up here because I'm not great on creepers. So the wool blocks here are really kind of showcasing off a little bit of the roadway here. So the idea was to bring the roadway through the gates and then bring it around. Hold on.
Yeah, I know. We haven't actually torched this area up since we haven't been over here much since we were just scouting for rows, and now we're getting swarmed.
So why don't you continue over here? You talk a little bit because I'm the only one talking here.
Okay.
So look at all these guys coming. I'll try and deal with these guys here if you want to talk.
So this road is actually going to lead over to the port side, and it's following along the mountainside. I'm sorry, it's dark. The shaders are making it dark. But anyway, hopefully, the sun should be coming up actually, so we're good. But anyway, this mountain right there on the right is going to be the castle, and actually, I have a lot of the foundations on top for walls, but they're not up
Right
yet.
there.
But anyway, so the road will fork here, go over this way, and this will be the entranceway to the castle. Have like two towers here, I'm thinking, and then enter into like this nice, cool courtyard and snake up, and there'll be like the keep up there at the top. So that's gonna be a pretty big castle. But
Up top there.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then the road will come back over this way and head to the port, which will be right here, and we'll have like a bunch of harbor stuff going on, like warehouses and fish places.
Yeah, so down along the coastline here, we're probably going to tear it down a little bit so that we can get some docks, closer to the water level.
Yeah, it's pretty steep right now, so Bundy's gonna terraform
Maybe,
it flatter.
maybe a lighthouse out in the of some sort out on that island there. Oh, and look at this sunrise here. Isn't that sweet? But yeah, so we'll get to the port later. But right now, I think the main goal is to work on the two main features, which kind of will dictate everything else. The castle up top and the church there. I don't know if it's a church or a cathedral.
I'm pretty sure it's a cathedral. That's ginormous. Let's be honest.
So the cathedral there, and then the city square, and then we're kind of going to build out from there. Pumpkin's great at doing all the roads, so he'll start throwing some roads in here in the next little while, and that'll kind of dictate where the house is. We've kind of passed off some of that responsibility, take on a couple big projects, and then he'll do the roads, and I'll kind of start putting some medieval style houses in there. So, and then I guess over here, way down the road here, up on this other big hill, we may eventually get to putting some other type of
two skeletons
castle
are hiding
top
under this
there.
tree. Yeah.
And then there's another gate entrance possibility over there too. And once we get the city limits set up, then we might actually decide to wall it in. But we'll see what type of how big of a surrounding. Get some roadways in here, and then we might have to make a decision then. But we thought we'd put out this video right now before we get too far along, and to be able to kind of have a little bit of a before and an after. The way that lake went up there, I was kidding you the other day when I said don't finish the whole village off before I get back here, because I was literally off for one day, and the paths and the lake were filled, and I thought that was going to take a long time to do. So I don't know. Anything else you want to say?
No, not necessarily, but this is gonna be like the new sort of like anybody can join this sort of like kingdomy sort of role play vibe we have going here.
Yeah,
That's kind of what we're going for.
There's one thing about
So
building a whole bunch of houses and such, but I think the hope would be is to try and get a little bit of a role play in here, just to kind of think more what it could be like back in the day, and if anybody else on the server, member wise, wants to join up, let us know. Give.
Yeah, since we're moving away from the hexes, if you want
Yeah,
to
absolutely.
just, like,
The hexes I think are still
working
in there.
together.
So of course, I'm blue. Pumpkin is orange, and it could be an enemy. But I think in this case, we got forced in here to work together because some evil empire, not to be calling it an empire, but it might be trying to recruit or try and take over our individual villages or bases. So. But I think all said and done, it's open to anybody. Just talk to us in regards to what's going to be needed to be built, and that way, we've kind of both talked about this off camera and make sure that we're all heading in the right direction with what we're doing. So until then, I guess it's probably enough for now. I hope you enjoyed a little bit of a tour here of the middle of the village. If you've got any suggestions for a name of the village, let us know, and we will talk to you all later. Thanks a lot. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Cheers. Talk to you later, Pumpkin.
See ya.